This segment of the news is brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.
Police so far have revealed that they responded to reports of gunshots being fired in the Pinewood Gardens community around 10 last night. On the scene, they met the victim's bullet-riddled body. Efforts were made to resuscitate him, but they were unsuccessful. Superintendent Joy Bosfield telling our news team that no suspects are in custody. The homicide count stands at 87. Meantime, police are hoping to close in on an alleged murderer, Patrick Ferguson, aka Mob. A wanted poster lists the 21-year-old address as number 10 Sunshine Way, Sunshine Park, as well as Low Sound, Andros. His complexion listed as dark brown, his height between 5'6" and 5'8", and his build slim. Anyone with information on Ferguson's whereabouts should call the nearest police station. Poor working conditions saw security officers at the Leonard M. Thompson International Airport in Marsh Harbor, Abaco, walk off the job. Tourism and Aviation Minister Dionisio Diaglo says the airport had 43 employees. The airport authority relocated 30 of them throughout the islands.
That left 13 employees on the ground, of which by the time you remove the managers and other people, there were probably about 8 to 9 security officers, is what I'm advised. And they decided to take industrial action.
The opposition spokesperson on such issues, Glenys Hannah Martin, believes the walkout jeopardizes airport security, charging that even though workers were mandated to return to work within days of the storm, there has been absolutely no support forthcoming from either the airport authority or the Ministry of Tourism and Aviation. However, the minister disagrees. He says at no time was the airport left unsecured, as firefighters and security officers were flown into Abaco from New Providence on a 3-day cycle. He added that the employees who walked off the job on Saturday elected to remain in Abaco.
They claimed that they had no family elsewhere, and their homes did not receive substantial damage and were in essence livable, and so they decided to, or they had family relations they could go to, so they elected to remain in Africa, even though the airport authority had offered that they'd wanted to leave. So the conditions at the airport, yes, are not ideal. Bear in mind we've had the worst hurricane in the history of the Bahamas, and so we are trying as best as we can to improve the working conditions of the airport.
Still, Mrs. Hannah Martin is calling on the minister to ensure the necessary support is being provided to all airport workers impacted by the hurricane. Local hurricane relief efforts get a $126,000 boost from the Greek Orthodox Church, whose New York-based head, Archbishop Epidopoulos, last week led a delegation to meet with government officials, visit with the local Greek Orthodox congregation, and view firsthand hurricane-torn Abaco and Grand Bahama. Now, a flyover the first and visit to the second with Deputy Prime Minister Peter Turnquest and Grand Bahama Port Authority President Ian Rowe left the Archbishop deeply moved, not only by the catastrophe and suffering, but what he deemed the courage and strength of Bahamians. The Archbishop said he was very proud of the philanthropic work of the local Greek community and prayed for a swift and full recovery. Now, in addition to its monetary donation, the Archdiocese expected to partner with international Orthodox Christian charities to come up with longer-term relief efforts for the Bahamas. It's encouraging the Orthodox Christian faithful of America to assist. Born in Istanbul, the Archbishop was elevated to that position this past May. He is the very first citizen of Turkey to be enthroned as an Archbishop in the Greek Orthodox Church. And Anglican leaders throughout the Bahamas and the Turks and Caicos Islands to use the next several days to hear reports of diocesan organizations and ministries and to discuss matters important to church doctrine or administration. And Anglican Bishop Leish Boyd acknowledging the 116th session of the Synod meets at a very important crossroad in the church's life. A major focus, he said, will be the diocese's post-Hurricane Dorian plan. A special moment during the 4-day meeting will be a memorial vigil and service of thanksgiving commemorating those who perished and are still missing. Synod sessions open with a Pontifical High Mass at Christ Church Cathedral tonight at 7:30 at Christ Church Cathedral, George Street. The Senate closes on Thursday. Our final story is up next.
This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.